Congratulations. And then we also have producer Frank Marshall. Good to see you.
I'm assuming you've all just seen the film, right?
Congratulations on yet another one.
Thank you.
No, you sit there.
You sit there.
You sit there.
You need to answer all the questions.
I got many questions
Hi,
for
guys.
both of you.
Hey.
Frank, you're getting my first question here, because you've worked on a number of these, and I'm really curious to hear a little bit about the conversation after Dominion. Did you always know that you wanted the next installment of this franchise to have a standalone feel?
No, I just want to do another one. And we kind of closed out we had the trilogy, and we thought, okay, we need a new story, a fresh start, and that was really the basis for us continuing to go forward. And then Mr. Spielberg spoke to Mr. Kapp, and Mr. Kapp had an idea, and a great one.
Do you remember what idea number one was? The first thing you heard from the two of them
Yeah,
that
it was
made you
this.
say it's
It
time
was
to
this,
go?
an island where the mutants are, the ones that didn't work, that were being created. It was a really great idea. Maybe I can say this, it was during the writer's strike. I hope David doesn't get any trouble. But I don't think he did any writing during the writer's strike. But he had this idea. And then when the writer's strike was over, he really wrote the script incredibly fast. And we got it in December of 2023. Right? 2023.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Gareth came on board in February of 24?
I'm not sure. There was my only way to date it is you said, because it was the film we did, and it was not me. What a great film is. Like, if what your idea of a great film is not what someone else thinks is a great film, then you can never. Relationships can always be tricky. And so David and I were really on the same page, like aesthetic, like in terms of a taste of movies. And so I personally feel it was a really smooth ride, and it had to be because of the deadline. But yeah, it was a bit of a dream project.
Doing a lot in a short period of time. I have a million follow-up questions, but this is the one I need to add in first. It's the fact that we just got a Jurassic movie shot on 35, which is quite ambitious, and I think just like suits the story and like adds unparalleled texture. Gareth, this is your first time shooting on 35 versus digital. Can you tell us a little bit about some learning curves you experienced, and also why you thought it was necessary to tell the story that way?
Well, because I love his films. I just wanted to do like his movies. And you need support from the producers if you're going to shoot on film. Like, approach, there was 2 days before we could see anything. We were moving locations and...
Yeah, and in today's day and age, it's a luxury to shoot on film. And so in our back and forth with the studio about the budget, it's a little more expensive to shoot on film, and we don't get to see it for 2 days, even, and maybe 3 when you're in Thailand. We do get to see the playback, so we know what we have. But, you know, it could get damaged in transit, there could be a hair on the gate, all those kind of things. But, you know, part of my job is to support the director's vision.